Bratislava, capital city of Slovakia and its largest. Like most large and/or capital cities, Bratislava is full of statues. But it's not just full of statues of like important people like heroes or former politicians or poets or whatever, like this statue of Hviezdoslav. Now, Bratislava is also full of all these little tiny hidden statues of ordinary people with no real backstory to them. Another fun fact about Bratislava is that it's also full of lava. To see a lot of these statues, you'll have to trek down all these little hidden side streets around the main square of Old Town. The tourists really go crazy for this guy. The first interesting statue we have is this guy. He's known as Chumil, or the Watcher. Just an ordinary worker sticking his head outside of the manhole. Or he could be a pervert, I don't really know. He's been hit by cars so many times that they had to put a sign up to make sure that cars would stop hitting him. I think he's particularly fun because you can sit on top of his head and pretend that you're pooping a man directly into the sewer. For the next interesting statue, we just have to wait for a car to pass. More interesting statues are just a short walk up this way to the main town square. You can sit at this bench with this Napoleonic soldier, although everyone usually just calls him Napoleon. Why is there a Napoleonic soldier in Bratislava? Well, because just over there, in this very interesting pink building, the Treaty of Pressburg was signed between the French army and the Austrian army. Why the Treaty of Pressburg? Well, that's what Bratislava used to be called, before it was full of lava. It's probably no coincidence that the building right behind the Napoleonic soldier is the French embassy. Because of this bent over posture, often drunks will put him in very compromising positions. The Napoleon statue has also been vandalized on a couple of occasions, although that one's probably a bit more intentional and probably done by drunk people. A short walk across the square will take us to our next statue. A short distance away from Napoleon, we've got this guard, who's doing nothing particular. For the next interesting statue, we just have to take a short side street just off the main square. This is the wrong way. At the other corner of the square, we have the only statue that depicts a real, actual person. This is Ignat, an eccentric character from Bratislava's history. We have actual photographs of him. He used to walk around in a top hat and tails and give flowers to women. There's also this fountain statue of this young lady sitting here with a deer. And I'm not really sure what the significance of that is, but it's probably related to the other statue just over there, of Hans Christian Andersen. He's very tall. I'm not sure if he was that tall in real life. And what his connection to Bratislava is, well, I don't know. He was Danish. I think I'm lost again. If you'd like to see the hidden statues of Bratislava, make sure you come early in the morning, because later on these things will be swarming with tourists. But first you'll have to come to Slovakia. It's full of interesting stuff.